everybody, it's the Laser Beam of Truth, and today I'd really like to shove my finger as far as I can down my throat and puke. I'm not joking here. I'm just about sick right now. I didn't even know Rahm Emanuel's campaign was still going. I don't live in Chicago, but I saw a very compelling video about, 2 weeks ago, in which I was watching a testimony from a political person that was questioning before a judge and jury the candidacy that Mr. Emanuel did not have because he was not a resident of the city of Chicago at any point in time, specifically and most importantly when he was running in the race, and yet this man wanted to control the most corrupt city in the United States of America. Folks, this is an absolute beautiful example of the world we live in the United States, because here's my problem with this guy and anybody and everybody like him. This guy, though, he just happens to be like, he's like the quintessential Zionist. His father was a Zionist terrorist that was responsible for blowing up buildings and committing terrorist acts, and he's no different. His entire family basically represents the whole trilogy of power that is in control in the United States of America. His brother Ari Emanuel is the basis for the character of Ari Gold in the sitcom or show that's what's it called? Anyways, Entourage. Yeah. So his brother is actually a Hollywood Zionist mover and shaker. He is a political mover and shaker, and his dad was once a Zionist terrorist. So here we are. We're living in a day where it doesn't matter if you're a Chicago resident or not, and people protest. He was literally laughing at these people that were protesting at him. They asked him, did you even know? When did you find out that it was illegal or that it was not allowed and you're excluded from running if you're not a Chicago resident? And he basically said, well, when you guys brought up these charges against me and I found out I had to go to court over it. The dude didn't even care. He had more power than anybody could possibly imagine, and he was just going to walk into the governorship of the city of Chicago. Yeah, here's a letter. He said, Obama, I couldn't have done it without you. No kidding. Well, that's because he had the office of Obama's chief staffer, which, by the way, there's something very important I want to add about this this whole deal here. This talks about his family and about how he was, his brother is the basis for Ari Gold. His other brother is a doctor. Actually, I don't have a problem with him. That's good. But his dad is a Zionist terrorist. Okay, and Mr. Emanuel here, he is the quintessential nut job that we need to keep out of American politics. Okay, let me give you a very good and classic example. But first, actually, let's talk about this. On Obama's first appointment as the son of a Zionist terrorist, Rahm Emanuel's father is a member of a militant terror group that bombed hotels, massacred villagers. Obama Pick is a keen supporter of lobbying group that's aimed at creating militarized youth brigades, and he actually did this as soon as Barack Obama became president. Rahm Emanuel created the mandatory service for 18 to 25-year-olds. Now, I don't know. I'm not an 18 to 25-year-old anymore, and I'm curious for anybody that's watching this video that may know whether this happened or not, but I am going to throw the video out there, and I'm going to add it and append it to this video. So let's take a look at that real quick.
Congressman Rahm Emanuel has been picked by Barack Obama to be his White House chief of staff.
And now you have a book with the ambitious title of The Plan. The word universal comes through a lot. Universal will scare some people. They will think big government program. The idea of universal citizen service. You have to participate.
Citizenship is not an entitlement program. It comes with responsibilities. Everybody somewhere between the ages of 18 and 25 will serve 3 months of basic training and understanding in a kind of civil defense. That universal sense of service, somewhere between ages 18 and 25, will give Americans, once again, a sense of what they are to be American and their contribution to a country and a common experience. And you look at World War II, now that was a draft, but this is not a draft, it's a universal service. It is not an accident that we started our big march towards civil rights and expanding post-World War II, because the country came through an experience together.
So is this compulsory then?
Well, you have to, in the sense, it's required of everybody, 18 to 25, 3 months, because I think anytime somebody serves their country in some capacity, we're going to be stronger for it.
We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well funded.
On the way to paperback was on my knee. Man, I had a dreadful fight. I'm back in the USSR. You don't know how lucky you are, boy. Back in the USSR.
Okay, so here we are, and the law that we were just talking about, by the way, I'd like to show you that real quick. It was called H.R. 1388, the Edward M. Kennedy Serve America Act, which was formerly known as the GIVE Act, formerly the Generations Invigorating Volunteerism and Education, or GIVE. They changed it to have the name of a Kennedy because, shoot, how could you vote against anything with his name on it or with a Kennedy's name on it? But anyways, this law did, in 2009, it went through, it was introduced, passed by the House, passed by the Senate, signed by the President. This is law. This came to pass. So I went ahead and answered the question for myself while I was working on that other part of the video, and so here you go. This exists, and this is why we have Cub Scouts being paid to turn in parents and other people. It's like the Hitlers and the HJs from World War II. It's a civilian youth brigade, is what it is. It's exactly what it is. And this man was the key factor behind orchestrating that whole mechanism that now exists. And apparently he got all of his draconian legislature in that he wanted to get in behind the president of Barack Obama, and now he's got other parts of the United States of America to corrupt. So he went to the most corrupt nation, or corrupt city in the nation, and he bought his presidency. I read another report that said the guy that he was running against said, "It was like we had a fly swatter and he had a nuclear bomb. It was like trying to walk into the face of gale force winds of a hurricane." I mean, the man had money, he had star power, he had fame, he had everything. And even though the judge, and shame on that judge that sat on that bench and pretended to be a representative of the law that says that you have to be a resident of the city of Chicago, shame on you. Because this is your failure. Not to mention the rest of the city of Chicago for voting this guy in when they should have just not. But, that's the world we live in. We live in a world where the mainstream media decides who's going to be president, not the lemmings of masses that flock to the polls and vote for who they saw the commercial the most times, or who they enjoyed the commercial the most, which commercial had the most sizzle when it got done, airing on their television set. That's how presidencies and governors are elected. They're elected by plain and simple dollars, folks. The mainstream media chooses. I read a quote by none other than David Rockefeller that basically said that the auto-determination of past centuries is surely inferior to a one-world government in which we just simply select the ruler. And it was unique because he called it the auto-determination, which means that we automatically determine who is to be the leader. And this is just a beautiful case of that. You know. But anyways, I know this was a rant, and I just kind of wanted to get this off my chest rather than stick my finger down my throat. I wanted to share this with everyone else. It's just a shame. It is a shame what our political system has become in the United States of America. We need massive, sweeping change, and I'm not talking about change we can believe in from Barack Obama. He by the way, I don't know how many of you voted for Barack Obama a couple years ago, but I'm curious to know, for those of you who did you get the change that you were expecting? Did you get the change that you were hoping for? I'm very curious. Let me know. Comment below. Subscribe if you like this video. Laser Beam of Truth, signing out.